Hello children, I am here with first chapter of class 11th chemistry, that is some basic concept of chemistry, and in this chapter we will start with Dalton's atomic theory. First point is matter are made up of very small particles called atom. Okay, so you can say that atoms are the base of any matter. An atom word come from Greek which means indivisible. Let's say suppose this is a wall. So this wall is a matter and it is made up of small bricks, and these bricks are called atom. Okay, so you can easily say that if any matter is formed, it is made up of atoms. Just like a wall, it is formed by bricks. Second point is atom of same element are identical. Identical in terms of size, shape, mass, chemical properties, etc. You can say that if you are taking one atom of sodium and another atom of sodium only, then you can see that the shape of both atoms of sodium is same, the size is same, mass also same. Here it is 23, here also it is 23. Okay, and the chemical properties, that means the tendency to form any compound, it is also same if atoms of same element we are taking. So these two will be identical in all aspect. Third is atom of different elements are different in all respect, like size, shape, mass, chemical properties, etc. Now if you are taking one atom of sodium and another atom of chlorine, so you can easily see that the difference is the size. Here it is smaller in size and it is very big as compared to sodium. Shape is also different. Here its mass is 23 and here its mass is 37 or 35. So chemical properties also different. This is metal and this one is non-metal. So like this, so many properties are also there which makes two different elements from have different shape, size, mass and chemical properties. Fourth is atoms are indestructible. That means you cannot create any atom or you cannot destroy any atom. This means that atoms are the thing which is indestructible. But this theory was not correct. At that time it was, we don't know what was the actual form of atom, but this was the only theory. But later on it was discovered that atoms can be discovered in electron, proton and neutron. Next is atom is the smallest unit that takes place in a chemical reaction. Okay, so when in any chemical reaction, atom is the smallest unit, and in that reaction the atom present in the reactant site rearrange themselves to form product. You can say that carbon and oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Here you can see that carbon, oxygen, they are rearranging themselves. Or you can take one more example. Barium chloride and sodium sulfate gives barium sulfate and sodium chloride. So children, you can see there is rearrangement of atom. Barium is arranging or taking place of sodium and sodium is taking place of barium. So this is the rearrangement of atom which they do in chemical reactions. Next is atoms of different elements combine in a fixed simple whole number ratio. Whenever elements are combining to form a compound, they are combining in a simple whole number ratio that is fixed. For example, if hydrogen and oxygen they are combining to form water, then the ratio of their mass. Hydrogen is 1 and 2 atoms are there, so it will be 2. Oxygen atomic mass is 16. So you will write 2 is to 16. Simple whole number, so you have to simplify also. So it will be 1 is to 8. So whenever water is forming, children, it will form in this ratio only. If this ratio is changed, then here the compound will also change. Okay, one more example we will take of carbon dioxide. Carbon combining with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. So here the mass of carbon is 12. Again mass of oxygen is 16. 2 atoms are there. So 2. So 12 is to 32. Now again you have to simplify this. So it will be 3 is to 8. Okay. So this will be the ratio for carbon dioxide. Okay, wherever carbon dioxide is formed, its ratio will be fixed, and that is 3 is to 8. This is fixed for carbon dioxide. This one is fixed for water. Next is limitations of Dalton's atomic theory. First limitation is that it could not explain the volume of gases. That is Gay-Lussac law. Gay-Lussac law is based on the volume of gases. This theory mostly covers the mass of any reaction or mass of any molecule or compound, but it cannot explain about the gas. Okay. It also do not explain why and how compounds are forming by combining atom. But he explains that the compound is formed in a fixed ratio. Okay, but he don't explain that why they are combining and how they are combining. Children, one thing is that this theory is very old. It is near about 1804 or 8, like that. So this is very old theory. At that time there was no that much instrument or information. So at that time this law was very effective and informative, and this is the base of many other reactions which we have learned these days. So you can say that at that time it was very important theory. Now this is the base of the theory which we are now developing into modern theories. Now third limitation was that he do not explain what force is acting between the atoms to form a compound. So he only say that the atom are combining together to form a compound, but he don't explain why they are holding each other, what type of force is acting between them. So this was the base for electrostatic force. Electrostatic force that was discovered later. This was the base. So he also do not explain that why compounds are together, what type of force is acting between them. Fourth is that atom cannot exist in free state. This point also was not explained by him, why atom cannot exist in free state. Now, according to these limitations, one law is developed or theory is developed on these limitations, and this theory is named as modern atomic theory. First was that isotopes. Isotopes are atoms of same element having same atomic number but different mass number. Like chlorine has one atomic number 37 and one atomic number that is 35. They both are of same element but the mass is different. So this one is the first modern atomic theory concept. It said that the element can exist in the form of isotopes. Isotopes are the element having same atomic number but different mass number. Next is isobars. Atoms of different element have same mass number but different atomic number. Means you are taking two different elements, calcium and argon, both have same mass number, that is 40, and different atomic number. Here it is 20 atomic number and here it is 18 atomic number. So they are from different elements, but mass number is same and atomic number is different. Third point is that atoms can be divided into subatomic particles. In that theory, it was that atoms cannot be divided or destructible. So, but here modern theory says that it can be divided into electron, proton, and neutron. Next is atoms are destructible. Destructible means it can be changed into energy. Okay, when any reaction is taking place, some of the mass can change into energy, and on that one's formula is based to calculate the amount of energy, that is E is equal to mc square. You will learn this formula in the next chapter. And how the mass is changing into energy? By nuclear reaction. Wherever nuclear reaction is taking place, you can say that the mass, some of the mass is changing into energy, and this nuclear reaction may be fusion or fission. Next is compounds are formed in fixed simple whole number ratio by mass, but in some compound it is not simple ratio. Okay, so according to Dalton's theory, it was only this fixed simple whole number ratio, but in the modern concept you can say that compound are forming but not in a simple ratio. So like sugars, like sugar formula is C12H22O11. The ratio will be 12:22:11. This is not the simple whole number ratio, but it is a compound.